What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror thriller film review. Well, I reviewed all the Saw movies except for Saw X, so let's talk about that. Also known as Saw 10. It was released September 29th, 2023, and is directed by Kevin Gertrude. Ruchert. Yeah, he did Saw 6, Saw 7, the final chapter, or Saw 3D, and yeah, he also did Spiral. But yeah, he did Jezebel, Visions, and Jenkins. But yeah, other films like that. So this had a box office earnings of $105.8 million. It was a big hit. A lot of people, I heard a lot of good things about it, so I was actually pretty interested going into this because I never actually watched the trailer for it or anything before watching it. So yeah, this film is definitely the longest in the Saw franchise, being at 2 hours. And so yeah, we meet up with our good buddy Jigsaw, and he's it takes place shortly after like 2, I think, where he finds out he has cancer, and he comes across this like company that's like working under the radar of the FDA and stuff like that in Mexico, doing experimental treatments that seem to be working. So he goes and tries to get his help, and then where he comes across where it's actually they've been bullshitting and being con artists and stuff with everyone. And then he doesn't take a liking to that, so he takes revenge on them. Overall, the first half of this movie was super slow and disappointing, in my opinion. It was pretty much rehashing stuff we knew. And yeah, there's some really interesting foreshadowing going on, but overall, it wasn't what I was expecting. It definitely takes its time. It doesn't just throw you into the craziness like the other Saw films. This one takes its time. You do get to learn more about Jigsaw as a character and the true nature of the guy behind him, and you learn more. There's way more character development, which was good to see. You didn't really get that in the Saw film, but when it came down to like the torture devices and stuff, it's more like a group torture thing than a individual one. So it's kind of like a prolonged torture scene, and where I like different one besides the opening one, which was interesting. Overall, I thought the special effects and stuff looked great. The gore effects is amazing in this, and yeah, some of the traps and stuff were pretty cool and pretty inventive. Some logic did not go into it, but it did look pretty good. Yeah. Also, they got rid of the really annoying quick cuts, the montages, stuff. There's very little in this, which is good. That's one thing that annoyed me in the Saw franchise. For the most part, I thought the acting wasn't too bad. Cinematography is pretty standard, except for the outdoor scenes. The outdoor scenes look cheap as hell. It looked like you were going to put it on the Sci-Fi Network. Like, it was that bad with just like a couple colored tinges to it, and it kind of threw me off. But like, that's what happens when you have like this big franchise and you have a minimum budget and you spend all your money going to Mexico to film it. But yeah, yeah. But overall, story-wise, pretty pathetic and boring. Yeah. This is basically a revenge film, but then it has more, and then it has this big twist that comes, and it's the lamest twist in film history because it's super predictable, and you get to do it, and you get to it, and then they just prolong the death scenes after, and of course it's stereotypical Jigsaw for the rest of the movie, and yeah, overall, I thought this film was entertaining in a way, but very boring at the same time. Like, they did bring a lot of cool new things and they had a lot of cool stuff to play with, and I just don't think they executed it that well. I don't think it was like, if you could have trimmed like half the opening and half the middle part, even half the ending off, and it would have made a better movie. But for what it was, yeah, I thought they left too much fat on the bone. So I think Saw X, it doesn't deserve like the big credit it's getting, in my opinion. I still think some of the other Saw sequels are better than this. Where a lot of people are saying this one is like as good as the first one, which is a little bit of a far cry for me. So Saw X, it does have its moments. If you're a soft fan, you'll probably enjoy this. I thought it was decent enough, but the traps weren't as elaborate as some of the other ones. And overall, I just thought it's pretty pointless, predictable, and just a standard Saw movie. So I'm going to give Saw X a 2.5 out of 5. So that's what I thought of it. I'll link the trailer down below because I don't think you can get it on streaming anywhere yet. But so you check that out. Let me know your opinions of the film in the comments down below. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. That's where I post clips of films and reviews in the future. All my stories, you have the film title hashtags, subject on film and hashtags, so you're aware of it. Also, my Letterbox down below, JP Reviews. That's where I post my first starting after watching the films. And my Twitter down below, reviews on Instagram, Derek. So follow me on those platforms and loop this channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streamer service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hope you find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also share my opinions on popular films, and come out classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, it's December. I'm talking about some family fun films. So we're probably going to talk about Mouse Hunt in the next one. So tune in for that. And yeah, but remember, when you travel, you can never get away from Jigsaw because he apparently has been to Mexico and tortured people there, and crazy nutcases are everywhere wherever you go. Too bad this film, I had high hopes for it, but yeah, I don't know. It's like middle of the franchise in my opinion. So yeah, but that's it for this one. So I guess I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!